Modesto. We have Erica Noblet with us today, upcoming artist in the Modesto area. She not only works on art, but she also has a comic book series that she's working on called Guns and Ammo. We're going to try to get a little bit out of her to see if she'll tell us a little bit. It's kind of top secret, you know?
Very
so she's
top secret.
very top secret, but we're going to see if I can get something out of her. So, with no further ado, let's get right to the show. Erica, thank you for coming on the show today.
It's nice to be here.
Let me give you a fist bump here. We got to do this right. Boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
I got a question. Just give us a little blow by of who you are, and what you're about.
Well, I'm a student at NJC. I'm a freelance artist and I do commissions here and there on the side. I work on stories. I'm in those fandoms like games, movies, TV shows, you name it, I'm in it. I do art. I work with all kinds of media, so that means acrylic, oil, watercolor, digital, etc., etc. So that's
right on. So, how long have you been doing this? When can you remember the first time you actually started, or a spark came and you said, I'm an artist?
Well, the typical answer for every artist is, oh, I've been doing this all my life. But if we want to talk more on a serious level, it's been about 5 to 4 years, or 4 to 5 going on 6, kind of.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that the art that I'm looking at right there, you've only been doing this for 4 to 5 years? Because really and truthfully, this looks like somebody that's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, I've been pretty much doing art ever since I was a little kid. It's always been my passion. I've always liked doodling anything I can whenever. So stuff like this. It ended up being stuff like this now.
Let me ask the studio audience here. Take a look at that. We're gonna have a moment of silence, not in a bad way, but a moment of silence just for you to just take in what you're seeing here. I know it makes you feel a certain type of way. It makes me think, what's going on in her mind? Where is she at? Because what I'm looking at is deep. And if you keep looking at the picture, you will see that it comes alive. As you keep looking at it, you're going to see more and more things. There's a lot going on in that picture. So that being said, I'm looking at this artwork, right? What was the spark? What was the catalyst, or what motivated you to do this? This specific piece.
For one, this was a piece I did for second semester of art, and it was I can't remember what it was called, but basically we had to, for the requirements to get a good grade on it, we had to draw at least one nude figure, and then you can do whatever else. And because I like skeletons, I love drawing anatomy stuff like that. I had a skeleton in it. And I always symbolized butterflies with life. And I know some people say they represent death and whatnot, but sometimes they can represent life in good meanings and good omens.
Right.
And then you have lilies in the background, and it kind of also represents the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Right.
So if you notice, she has lilies in her mouth, speak no evil, and she's covering his ears, hear no evil, and etc. So.
That's deep. Now, I got a question, because, I'm not weird or pervert or anything, but I'm kind of looking at the breast area, okay? Look, fans, don't get, Mike, calm down, all right? But in the center here, I see that it almost looks like she had some type of surgery or something was removed, or what is that all about?
It's just when I was making this, I didn't really intend for there to be anything in that middle section there. But as I was kind of working on the piece, I just had this feeling to put it in there for some reason, so it's just there. But if you want it to have a deeper meaning, it could mean she's just a vessel.
Wow.
You're just a vessel.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's real heavy. Man, that's just beautiful artwork. You know, you've only been doing this for 4 or 5 years. I mean, you've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, but the question that I have is, where do you see yourself in 4 to 5 years from now?
That's a tough question. I'd like to see myself working in a studio with like animators and other people like that, really big people. I don't know which, company, but one of them would do for now. But if not, I could like start my own business, have my own name, and be like some artists out there who are just like there, like you hear their name and you're like, oh, it's that one person.
Yes.
You know their artwork, you know what it looks like. That's what I would aim for too.
Well, you know what? This is, my mind goes crazy because one day I could see you with like this big corporation, somewhere in LA or New York, this big old tall building, and it would be like EN. What's EN? Erica Noblet Corporation, and then be all these mad scientists type of artists in there just cooking up all kind of crazy stuff.
Probably.
But when we're talking about cooking up crazy stuff, I also know that some of your art does resemble or does reflect your anime side.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So how did you come about that?
Oh, okay. Oh God, okay. I watched anime my whole life. I still watch it to this day. I read manga. Like, I'm that nerd, weeaboo, whatever you want to call me. Like, it's all good. But I used anime to start where I am now. So it's very much incorporated, and I try to sort of twist it a little to like have my own style and not just be like copying basically someone else's style.
Right. I remember years ago I first started looking at anime, and I'm like, man, what is this? Because I was looking at stuff like the Ninja Scrolls, some of the old stuff, Vampire Hunter D. And I remember that was like real far out stuff. That's some of the old school stuff.
Yeah.
Early anime. But what are some of the anime that really sparked you? What are some of those series? Because I think we talked about was that something on Titan?
Oh, Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan, that was sick.
That one's a very popular one. Personally, for me, I don't care for it.